Hey guys, I am up here today to show you how to do your makeup, to how to properly structure your face so you look good, and just basically bring you confidence. Now, people ask me, Lexi, what is the point of makeup? How does this benefit oneself or society? And the thing is, it builds up people's confidence. Like, say you feel self-conscious about a scar you have on your face, you can easily cover that up with concealer, or you could just do whatever. You can dress up as your favorite character. You can do whatever you want. If you want to become some demonic mermaid, do it. Use face paint and eyeshadow palettes. It is that simple. Just do what you want to do. It's just like an art form, and it makes people happy. It certainly makes me happy, and I'm excited to show you guys how to basically look like a completely different person. Now, most of you guys have remembered me from middle school in my emo phase where I was constantly listening to MCR, my wings were out to here, and y'all said I looked good. Why'd y'all lie to me? Why? Y'all said I looked cute. Y'all were lying. Look at my crusty, dusty brows. They were full-on Frida Kahlo type of brows. Y'all did me dirty. Never forgive y'all. But I understand how to properly make my face look like I'm not actually 12, because let's be honest, I look like I'm 12, yet I'm 17. Riddle me that. Y'all had glow-ups. I look the exact same. That ain't fair. So now I have to resort to the only thing I know how to do, and that is make myself look like I'm actually my age, which is right here. I look cute. I did great on my scarecrow makeup, and it was great. I got flirted with by a 30-year-old man. Was it creepy? Yes, very much so. But it's the compliment that counts, I guess. And then I will be going over how to do your makeup and what you should not do. And you can turn off the volume. My dad is yelling at my dog. All right, so what I'm doing right now is putting on my concealer. I've already prepped my face. I put on this pore remover. I have really, really big pores in my nose after years of mutilating my face with not even washing my face for a couple of years. And then what I do for my concealer is that I do a natural hydrating tone right here since it is very dry. And I do Maybelline full coverage concealer over here. And if you have a dry under eye, do use hydrating concealer. And if you have a dry, a more oily type of skin underneath your eyes, use normal drying concealers like ColourPop, Tarte Shape Tape. And when you bake, there's a thing where you just put a bunch of powder underneath your eyes and right here and your T-zone. If you have dry skin, don't do that. It will do you dirty in the end and you will look like a desert. Don't do it. It is fine if you just set your skin, but I've done that plenty of times because I have very combination skin and I looked crusty. Don't do it. I don't want y'all to look like that. I don't want anyone to look like that. But now I am currently ready to do my brows. Okay. And so what to do for your brow is to follow your natural shape of your eyebrow. It's okay if you don't have an arch. It's okay if you don't have this certain brow shape you want. It's all right. It be like that sometimes. And just follow your natural shape and you'll be fine because it will follow your natural face and it will make you accentuate pretty good. Now, what you shouldn't do is go really dark in the inner corner. Do not do that. I did that and I looked like a clown. Don't do it. It is bad. We don't do that in this house. But it's okay to use leftover pigment and put it right here and blend it out with the spoolie end and just go ham. Just blend it. But it's pretty fun. But the way I do my brows is I use brow pomade. And I usually just kind of fill it in. I go from the outline first and follow this I have very thin eyebrows. I look like a 12-year-old, as I said before. So I just kind of just do a little swoop right here and then just keep going and fill it up. And I usually leave a good this inner third alone. And then whatever I have left on my brush, I just kind of do a little sharp line right here and fade it in. It's pretty dope. And then if you mess up, there's good old Q-tips. Just clean it up. Nothing happened. No one will know. Everything's Gucci. And another tip, if you're doing your eyebrows, if you want to go for a more subtle look, I would recommend like an eyebrow pencil and use a light hand, or use like brow powder. Personally, I don't know how to do that. My mom does. I don't. I'm not like that. And you just kind of like fill in your brows and make it look natural. Do like natural hairlines, accentuate the hairs with a brow pencil, like fake hairs, and it's all good. But I do not do that. I am very extra. um, and so you will definitely need a hand mirror to do your makeup, or any sort of mirror. Highly recommend using a mirror, otherwise you're not going to know what would happen. Like, honestly, you would if you didn't have a mirror, you would probably like, you would know how your like foundation looked, like if it even blended down there. Like, anything could go wrong if you don't have a mirror. But I'm just using a Dollar Tree mirror. It doesn't have to be like the Jeffree Star hand mirror. It doesn't have to be anything special, just something to see your face. And honestly, makeup takes a lot of practice. The only way I ever got this good is like practicing a lot as a middle schooler, and it's just practice makes perfect. And then for your eyes, it's very, very, very important to put a base on your eyelid. Personally, I like to go up to the brow bone. I use concealer. That's just what works for me, because every time I use a normal primer, my face breaks out. So that's fun. Not really. So you do that. Personally, one of my favorites to do my eyeshadow is that I usually use 3 colors. For like an everyday kind of look, I use like more like neutral brown tone, since my eyes are brown. If you had blue eyes like Hailey over here, personally I would use like very like smoky eye tones to bring out that blue in her eyes. But if you have like a more hazel, like Samantha over here, I would typically go for like a dark green and very like foresty kind of colors. But I'm pretty basic and I use neutral tones. And as you see here, I'm just dabbing the concealer on. It's okay. Like, are we going to judge the fact that I'm using my fingers? Probably. But you know what? I don't have a small enough beauty blender for that, so we got to make do. And another tip for eyeshadow, if you do not use a primer, it's going to look very translucent, and like the pigment's going to fade out just like that, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And if you use like very bright like reds or pinks and you don't use a primer, your eyelids will get stained. I know this from experience. I looked like I had pink eye. Like, it was bad. Don't do it. I don't want anyone for that to happen to them. Like, it was atrocious. And what I was doing is I used a very light brown shade and just put it like right over here and just like blended it out. And then I put a darker tone on my eyelid, and then I used like a medium tone between those 2 tones and blended that out. And I learned this trick from YouTube, where if you don't have like a light enough tone, use translucent powder and blend it out. And it actually looks pretty cool. And eyeshadow is really fun. You just have to practice a lot. Like, it's basically like any other like sport or whatever. Makeup's not a sport, but like practice makes perfect, and it's just, makeup's pretty fun. Like, you can do whatever shades you want. If you want to do like a bright green, go for it. If you want to do blue, go for it. Like, do whatever you want. Like, it's makeup. Like, and if people are judging you, who cares? To heck with them. Like, honestly, you just do what you want. And fellas, this goes for you too. If you want to do your makeup, who cares? It doesn't make you gay. Like, honestly. And if you have like a pimple and you're like, oh my god, this is so big, I need to cover it, cover it. No one's going to care. It's 2019. We're almost in 2020. Who cares? And onto eyeliner. Now, eyeliner is my favorite part. It's the method I use is that I draw 2 lines at the corner, and you follow your lower natural lash line and go up from there. If you don't, it's going to look whack. I did that before. My old wings looked like 90-degree angles, and it was so, so bad. Don't do it, please. And you just follow your natural lower lash line and everything should be good. Make sure they're the same thickness and length. It's okay if they're like a little bit off. No one's going to notice. The human eye is not that perfect. But if they're like very different, like one's like very slim and natural and the other one's like Amy Winehouse thick, then you got to fix it, sis. Like, but it's okay. If you want them thick, you want them thick. If you want them skinny, you want them skinny. It's cool. But eyeliner is very difficult. It took me years to actually understand what I was doing. It took me about like 4 years to even get comfortable to even use liquid eyeliner. I used to do my wings with pencil eyeliner from Hot Topic, sis. It was bad. And as you can see here, I did not do great. And I almost started crying because it was bad. My bus was supposed to come at 7 in the morning and it was 6:58 and I wasn't even ready. So that was pretty dope. And I'm just following the natural lash line, going up, further up, and just hoping everything went okay, but it didn't. And it'd be like that. It's all right. But other than that, there's mascara. Just coat how much eyelashes you want. Personally, I did not do false eyelashes because I don't know how to do them yet. And every time I look like a train wreck. So that's pretty dope. And you see me crying over here, realizing I messed up. And that's kind of the end of my speech today. We're just gonna call it a day. I'm sure you guys are more confident in your makeup skills now. Just remember, just do what you want to do. You don't even have to listen to my advice. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Just go for it. Like, makeup's about having self-confidence in yourself and making yourself happy. Like, honestly, if you don't want to wear makeup, that's cool. If you're a dude and want to wear makeup, that's cool too. Who cares? Just do what you want to do. If Raven wants to wear pink eyeshadow, he can do it. Like, who cares? And that is the end of my speech. Thank you.